please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the downfall of Reviewtechusa. Now I've seen them appear a couple times on Lolcow Live. Didn't make it a point really to watch their content because the channel name didn't really interest me. Reviewtechusa. Turns out there's a whole deep dive into this individual. They were very good in the debate setting in earlier Lolcow Live episodes anyway, but turns out they were quite a neglectful individual, preferring the pursuit of internet fame over that of being a good parent, allegedly. Now I could be wrong about that. I'll never know. I instead have to rely on other creators who have done videos on Reviewtechusa as a way of understanding them better. Recently they appeared on an episode of Lolcow Live after a lengthy discussion between Boogie, Wings and Keem about other things and Reviewtech. We're going to go through that video. Well, the part where Reviewtech joins the call.
It was 2018, 2019, but we talked.
Okay, well, 1 minute.
Make sure to send a non-doxable place. Text it directly to me.
I don't give people's numbers out without their permission. But
Yeah, I know you don't.
if you've already had it, then...
Within the online space, we obey certain rules when it comes to lines of communication. If Boogie has had the number of the individual he is now trying to get a hold of before, but no longer has it, then it can be argued he's okay to have the number again. Although, I'm sure there are many who will just say, no, because if you don't have it now, then clearly you don't deserve it. That's fine, you're welcome to that belief. Oh, and because I noticed it, yes, at this point Boogie's liar tattoo is all but gone. It really doesn't exist much anymore, sadly. On the stream, Boogie shaved the area and did a little close-up. It wasn't worth it.
I tell you what Keemstar does do, chat. You'll be asking Keem's permission to give his number out, and he'll just automatically assume you've already done it and just yell at you.
Yes. Don't give my number to anyone.
I remember when we were doing the 4th of July party, Grace wanted your address, and I go, hey, Grace wants to show up to your party.
Now while Wings is talking, the setup to this is, Boogie has spent most of the stream ripping into Reviewtechusa. Ripping into him because he's a terrible father. Ripping into him because he can. How tragic a situation do you have to be in that Boogie can well and truly annihilate? Because it has to be something pretty bad. And so at this point in the episode of Lolcow Live, Boogie is calling Reviewtechusa to have a conversation with him because of what Reviewtech did after Boogie felted it, which I believe is the term they use to describe what's happened.
You want me to give her address or not? And you're like, don't give nobody my address.
Boogie, man, how you been?
Why did you talk over that?
Earlier in the show, they were reviewing some of Reviewtech's content in a live chat while pointing out some of the accusations against him and doing a bad job of refuting it, just simply asserting it had been debunked concerning his mother looking after his children for him. He banned Keemstar, who had invited him onto Lolcow Live to defend himself. Now, I can understand why. Some creators, DSP is another example of it, would not want to go onto Lolcow Live because only Lolcow Live benefits from it, according to people who are too high in their own, well, flatulence, to accept that there is a chance they could actually benefit from something by, I don't know, improving their standing and their, well, what is it called? Oh, integrity. That's the word. There are many videos I've seen on YouTube, and all you have to type in is Reviewtechusa and perhaps add the word bad father, and you will get a whole slew of videos criticizing him with enough evidence because it's in his own live streams. Now, you have to go to those videos now because of what he has gone on to do. Wings was talking over, yes. Boogie had called Reviewtech. Yeah, I'm going to keep calling him that because I can't be asked to remember his name. I'm really bad with names. But Reviewtech had hung up on him, so let's continue.
I said, who's this? And I said, it's Boogie. Instantly hung up.
Wings, why'd you talk over that? Come on, man. You knew he was calling. Come on. Get to hear it.
Oh, I said, who's this? I said, it's Boogie. It sounded like he was in a mall or like at work or something. I don't know. Where the f were you, man?
It's a shame they couldn't get him on to Lolcow Live. He's been there before, after all. And to deal with the accusations that have spawned so many videos against him, it would be advantageous to him for his career, foreshadowing, I know, had he simply gone on to their show because the viewership is big enough that the message could spread. Yes, I'm well aware that the internet, certainly within commentary spaces, feasts on negativity. But when a mistake is made, many will correct themselves. Those that can shelve their pride long enough anyway. Others, yes, of course, they'll be like good sheeple and stay negative, because that's the only thing they have. Like some of the creators within World, some of whom are so angry they do not know how to naturally smile.
Calm back.
Okay. Let's see if he blocked.
He's already blocked. He's blocked.
Sure he has.
Hello, you've reached 845.
No, turn off,
Oh,
turn off,
God.
turn off,
Oh,
turn
God.
off, turn
Okay.
off, turn off, turn off.
Woo! I hung up.
84
Oh, man.
845 is just an area code. That doesn't.
Yeah. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
So much like on YouTube where Keemstar was blocked by Reviewtech on his channel, Boogie has been blocked as a phone number. Granted, Reviewtech did not have to accept the call. However, Reviewtech has gone on to do other things as well, hasn't he now? You say in your content that you have debunked all the accusations against you concerning bad parenting. I'd argue you haven't really done a good enough job. I'd also argue you've not done a very good job of living up to your name. Your name is Reviewtechusa, yet you are more of a commentary type. You play video games. What tech are you actually reviewing? I'm going to assume the reason you haven't reviewed any tech is because of the USA part, because nearly everything you guys manufacture has corn syrup in it, and you'd rather focus on the corn syrup alone, which would explain an awful lot. Cough, cough, mouth breathing, cough, cough. Yes, I made a fat joke, get over yourselves. Now, when you say everything's been debunked, you refuse to acknowledge, you refuse to engage with any of your detractors, it can only be interpreted one way: guilt.
Man, he immediately, I'm sorry you missed that, because who's this? I said, it's Boogie. Boom! Just like he had his finger on the button ready to go.
Well, that's proof that he blocked my number then. Then that's 100% proof he blocked my number.
Yep.
So perhaps now will be a good time to mention why this is even happening, right? Reviewtechusa had over 1 million subscribers. They're all gone now. Twitter's gone, YouTube is gone. In fact, the social media presence of Reviewtechusa is null and void. Why? Because any evidence that proved Reviewtechusa's guilt was in his own content. So scorched earth it must be, for what can be considered a reactionary response. "Ooh, I'm getting flack, must delete." If you get something wrong or you make a mistake, correct it. Acknowledge it and correct it. Don't be so arrogant and proud as to think you are above the criticism of the court of public opinion. You work on the internet. Your customers are here. Your peers are here. And you won't even acknowledge them because you believe yourself superior to not only your audience but to your peers. Those same peers you blocked on all social media and on your phone, which is a bit tragic, let's face it. You've given it all up because you made a mistake. Let's face it, that is what it is.
This man is melting down so bad. Like, how bad would it be? Worst case scenario, comes on the show, we play that clip, he says, now that I see how that looks, I see what y'all meant, I should be better with my kids, and just go on. How hard would that be?
Okay, by internet standards, impossible. Why? Arrogance, or pride as it's typically known. Some are incapable of accepting, introspecting, looking at something, and seeing it through the lens of other people. You can sit there and make the excuses for why you did what you did, or why you are seen doing what you are seen doing. Yes, I'm going to change it slightly for the context of this, right? Bad Parenting 101 though, and a certain full of oneself attitude will guarantee you will not be able to understand why people think you're a bad parent. His first line of defense was to block, his second, delete. You can't come back unless you address it. If you want to try and play dumb and come back, before your account is permanently removed, right? No longer a deactivated account. That area of you have time before it's permanently gone. Okay, but let's face it, you're going to have that niggling at you, gnawing at you, and they're going to go for you. They'll get bored eventually, sure, but the information, the videos, the streams will always be there. And it'll get to a point where your channel won't feature in the algorithm, Reviewtech, in favour of, much like Tipster, videos on him, on you. And it'll be a continuous problem. Why? Because one video, one clip where you are seen doing something you shouldn't do. Apparently, this is a step too far. Yet you are seen doing it in your own content, and I'm not playing it, by the way. I'm just going to say bad parenting, because as far as YouTube is concerned especially, that is the safest thing I can do. Lolcow Live went on to create their own custom song for you, and Keemstar did have a few thoughts, because I think you were in his live chat, or somebody was. It certainly looked like you were, but your name wasn't there anymore, so it's possible you deactivated your account after, I can't remember which. I'll play the clip, and you can tell me what you think.
In Review Tech USA, we made $2,000 tonight. Thank you, sir. We used it based on watching your stream clips, you know. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
There's a man named Reviewtechusa, a lazy bum who just plays all day. Kids crying while he's glued to the screen. A dad turned ghost, it's an ugly scene. Boogie stepped up with heat in the pan, cooked him so bad he just couldn't stand it, and quit Twitter with a cry and a flinch. His ego shattered like a crack in the winch.
Okay, well that answers my query about deleting his content before this. And those lyrics, whoever's your lyricist for this, they're brilliant. Not gonna lie, the people that write these songs, there is a talent to it, and I have to admit I'm quite jealous. I had considered a few months back doing a video on Review Tech, a much bigger video, but at this point it's no longer relevant or important. But I do want to know what you all think about Review Tech deleting everything everywhere, all because they're a bad parent. My view, when it comes to being a creator and when it comes to your adult responsibilities away from the keyboard, first of all, do not have your children in your content. Your children come first. Have a real job to fall back on as opposed to this, because you need to lead by example for them to see what you really are. They can see you doing everything all at once and making time for them, great. If you can't do that, of course focus on one. Make it the real job and not the YouTube job. Now YouTube job is of course a real job, it's my job, but I have a job away from this as well. It is important to lead by example, but you must always prioritize your family above all. That includes the content you produce. If you can't understand that, chances are you're also a terrible person.